From August 26th to August 30th, a group of 8 international journalists representing 6 countries discovered several establishments that have experienced amazing success since the imposition of sanctions against Russia and Crimea. The tour began in Simferopol with an introductory dinner at the Balkan Grill. We introduced ourselves and enjoyed a fantastic meal, and in true Russian tradition, many toasts were offered.
I do it. So as you all know, I'm from the Netherlands. Happy birthday!
The youngest member, Mirjam Vandenendi from the Netherlands, celebrated her 23rd birthday. The following morning, Saturday the 27th of August, we visited the modern Alma Valley winery located in the village of Vilino. Only founded in 2008, when the first vines were planted in 20 hectares, and the first harvest was in 2013, with the first wines appearing on the market in 2015. As is customary, we enjoyed a sampling of 6 wines, along with cheeses and breadsticks. We then visited the nearby Alma Vitas Vine Nursery, where they raise and grow thousands of young vines, and after 6 months, they are sold to wineries. This is an area of 4 hectares, 10 acres, where 330,000 vines are grown, which will fill 100 hectares or 250 acres of vineyards. It was then on to the S. Miram za Sirom cheese factory in the Bachchisarai district. It was founded in 2017 and produces several varieties of cheeses, including Gorgonzola and Ricotta. After the tour of the facility, we enjoyed a sampling of the cheeses and local wines. We then went to a country fair in Sokolinoye Valley, again in the Bachchisarai district. The fair is held on weekends featuring arts and crafts, artisans, activities for kids, music, alternative medicine practitioners, and local hippies. We had a light meal prepared by Babai, a local legend. Having lived and worked in New York City for 10 years, his English was excellent. Later, we returned to our hotel in Simferopol. On Sunday, the 28th, we traveled to Saki to visit the Saki CHPP factory, where they make gas turbines that are replacing those currently made by Siemens and General Electric. This factory uses only Russian-made parts and is not dependent on imports. Soon, these turbines will be exported and repairs will be made here and not in Canada or other countries. This massive company employs 250 people. It is a private company with investments worth more than 14 billion rubles, roughly 230 million US dollars. We returned to the hotel for lunch before departing to the seaside resort town of Semiz on the Black Sea. Along the way, we made a brief stop in Alushta, another popular resort town. A few of us swam in the sea, while others enjoyed coffee, wine, and desserts. We then proceeded to Semiz, the location of the Drunk Oyster Farm and Restaurant. Sergei Kulik founded the oyster and mussel farm in 2005, which was the first in Crimea.
Россия до 1913 года поставляла в Европу порядка 12 миллионов куб черноморских.
We then watched a short television news program featuring Sergei and the entire oyster and mussel process from start to serving in the restaurant.
На устричной ферме собирают урожай и пропалывают морские грядки. Их образуют 1,5 десятка больших поплавков, соединенных одним канатом. Он удерживает садки с молодняком. Раз в 3 месяца их нужно доставать и очищать от налипших крапанов.
Крапан — это хищник. Вот. И по размерам. То есть среднее на доращивание, а большую, вот туда, допустим, сейчас здесь больших уже нету пока, они еще на доращивании. Ну вот троечка, в принципе. Это, в принципе, уже можно и на реализацию.
Чтобы вырастить одну устрицу, нужно 2 года кропотливого труда. Поэтому их цена довольно высока, до 180 рублей за штуку. Ценят черноморских моллюсков и за особый вкус. Он не такой соленый, как у обитателей Средиземного моря. Есть можно даже без лимонного сока и соусов.
Отлично. И спокойненько это все выпивается сразу.
Кристально чистая вода у берегов поселка Коцевели оказалась даже лучше, чем на Лазурном берегу. Но менять традиционные европейские технологии выращивания все же пришлось. Погода на Черном море портится чаще, чем на Средиземном. И чтобы урожай не смыло штормом, грядки укрепили специальными конструкциями. На соседних грядках выращивают черноморских мидий. Они не такие привередливые, как устрицы, но тоже пользуются популярностью у покупателей. За крымскими деликатесами рестораторы выстраиваются в очередь. Главная ценность местного продукта – свежесть. Вот они, черноморские мидии, что называется, с грядки. Смотрится, конечно, не очень аппетитно. После предварительной обработки мидия выглядит примерно так, 6-7 сантиметров, идеальный размер. Через несколько часов они окажутся на столах крымских ресторанов. Пока крымских мидий и устриц на всех желающих не хватает. Фермер готов расширить свои морские плантации, но для этого одного катера и морских грядок мало. Нужна оборудованная стоянка для судов, чтобы не зависеть от погоды.
Тогда это будет замкнутый цикл, и мы готовы нарастить с 5 гектаров до 20 и выращивать до 1,5 до 2 миллионов устриц в год и порядка где-то около 100 тонн мидий.
В начале 20 века крымские морепродукты тоннами поставляли в Европу. После революции об этой деликатесной отрасли забыли на долгих 100 лет. Ферма в Крыму первая в России, где устриц и мидий выращивают в промышленных масштабах. На всю Россию местных деликатесов может пока и не хватит, но туристов обещают накормить. Борис Максудов, Юрий Ламзин, Дарина Сафонова, ТВ-центр, Крым.
Sergei led us to an adjacent building where oysters are also raised indoors during the winter months. It takes 2 years before oysters are ready to be harvested and served. Black Sea oysters are very mild because the Black Sea is 2 times less salty than the Mediterranean Sea.
Вот, видите, клюют. Видели, клюют.
Well, they get
в жилет.
А это ничто не мешает.
Нет, мне нечем пищать.
Надо ставить, чтобы они не сдохли там.
In 1913, the Russian Empire began sending 13 million oysters a year to Europe. Because there was no oyster farming during the Soviet era, Sergei wanted to restore the tradition. Sergei introduced us to his wife and two daughters, who spent part of the evening with us. He was very proud of this family-owned business. His two young daughters from his second marriage are the pride of his life and provided all the entertainment we needed. We then sat down to an incredible meal featuring dishes prepared by Sergei's wife. Customary toasts were made, friendships were cemented, and a good time was had by all, as Sergei spent the entire evening mingling with us and answering our many questions. On Monday the 29th, we visited Sviateko, a company in Simferopol that manufactures lithium batteries for golf carts, pleasure vehicles like minivans, and harvesting carts. The company is also building their own prototype electric automobile entirely in-house and using only Russian materials and their own manufactured parts. Selma is a 76-year-old large manufacturing plant that makes welding equipment, again using no imported parts or materials, and manufacturing their own parts using state-of-the-art machine tools and laser cutting machines. Our final stop was to Yarostovit Agro, a 13-year-old company in Gvardezskaya that grows and harvests apples, peaches, and plums in 560 hectares. That's nearly 1,400 acres. Yarostovit Agro uses their own man-made lake with water from the Salgir River and the Simferopol Reservoir. Upon leaving, we were given several cartons of apples, peaches, and plums to take with us. We returned to our hotel before proceeding to the Balkan Grill for another festive dinner and, of course, many testimonials about this educational and fascinating tour. The following day, Tuesday the 30th, 3 members of our group participated in a televised press conference at the studios of the RIA Novosti Network